Good morning and welcome to the Christ University Library System. Hope you are all fine and doing well. This session is on the library and the resources which you can access from home for your assignments and for your course readings. Right? To introduce myself, I am Sri Kumar Nair, University Librarian, working in Christ since 2007. So once again, a warm welcome to the Christ University Library System. This is a live session. I do not have any PPTs with me. I believe that all of you have used libraries at various points of your study in the higher secondary or in the higher education system. You may have used your school library or a pre-university library or even a public library. And each of these libraries would have helped in many ways, from helping you with books for your examinations to general right reading, like fiction or non-fiction. However, in the university setup, it is a little different. There are no fixed books to read as such, and you have to do a wide reading, right? These readings can be a basic textbook to a reference book to an advanced reading material. At Christ, we have a large library with wide reading material from reputed publishers, which will cater to your course needs as well as to update your knowledge for further studies. So today's session is on the online library, which you can access from home. And once you are in campus, we'll do another session on the campus libraries. So let me try to show you the online library by taking you to the access page where you can access all our resources. I hope you all know this page. I usually begin my session with this page. So the first step to access the library resources is to go to the university web page and try to find the library link, which is at the bottom of the web page. Right? Click on the link and then it redirects you to the library portal. Right? You must have already visited this page by now. Let me give you a brief about this library portal. All information pertaining to teaching learning resource or research resource are in this page. It has got various tabs like the resources, the library services, what the library added recently in the new arrivals. Then you have a blog link and the contact details. So if you click about, you get 3 items, right? About our catalog, about our libraries, about the library rules and regulations, right? You click any one of them and a box pops up with the information you need, right? These informations are useful when you are in campus or while visiting the library. I clicked on catalog and it gives me information about purchase of books, renewal of books, how to renew them, and how many books I can borrow, right? Similarly, if you click on services, you get to see what are the services we provide. And when you click on the new arrivals, according to campus wise, you get a list of books we added in the last 30 days. You may click on view more and you get a list of books we added in the library in the last 30 days. Of course, nothing much has been added since we were closed due to pandemic. We were concentrating on the online library. At the top, you will find a search box, right? Which says search our resources here. So this is where you should be searching for library books, right? You can search by title, you can search by author, subject, many more fields are there, right? As you can see, there are more than 3 lakh cataloged items available for you to search, right? Search or refer. Alternatively, you can browse the library books by subject, right? These are the predefined subject lists. Just click on it and it will take you to the predefined subject list. You will get a list of books on these particular subjects, right? So these are useful when you are planning to borrow books or when you are in the library, right, and trying to locate a specific books. On to my right, I can see something called login to your account. I have been getting many mails from the students that this login is not working. The user ID and password is provided, but it is not working. Let me tell you something about this. This login is good only if you have books in your account. Otherwise, it doesn't have any details, right? So when you're in campus or when you borrow books, right, this login will help you, right? You can renew your books. You can have your own reading history. At present, since you're at home, this may not be of your use. So please do not try to log into your account now. This may not work, right? But keep your credentials with you. Once it is activated, it will definitely be useful for you, right? So let's take a look at the digital collection or the electronic resources or the databases, which are very, very important for your assignments or for your course readings, right? So the second step, I mean, the first step was the university page. The second step is to click on the resources, right? So click on the resources and you will be taken to this particular box, right? Where you can see a list of databases, right? Ebooks, e-magazines, e-archives, open access materials. There are some print journals, right? So each item has got a drop-down list. Just click on it and you'll get a list of databases subscribed by the library, list of ebooks subscribed by the library, list of magazines subscribed by the library, right? Say, for example, if you want to go to print journals, right, you get a list of journals subscribed by library according to school wise, right? I clicked on humanities and social science and there you go. I get a list of journals the library is subscribing on humanities and social science, right? But of course, these are all physical journals, right? These are all physical journals, right? Okay, so then you have details about the institutional membership, right? These are the institutional membership which we have subscription, right? You can, if you are in the campus, you can take the library cards, go there, right? Use their libraries, right? It has also got a portal on question papers. If at all you want to refer to the previous year's question papers, just click on it. Just click on it, and it will directly take you to the question bank repository. Right? You have to select the program and your course, and you can download the previous year's question papers. Right? So likewise, you can also go to digital repository where we store the faculty publications, or the university journal, the books, and the theses on research theses, right? So this is a brief about this page. Till here, I hope it is okay with you. These are all very simple things. I mean, anybody can understand by looking at the going through this book. Now, what I am going to tell you, please pay attention to this. Now, when you are at home, right, and not in campus, I repeat, when you are at home and not in campus, you have to use this link called RemoteX, right? I repeat, when you are at home and not in campus, use this link called RemoteX. Right? So clicking on this will take you to another page. Okay, clicking on this will take you to another page. So this is the page you will be getting. I had already logged in previously, so that's why I got that page. But once you click on this RemoteX link, it will directly take you to this particular page. If you can remember this URL, then no need to follow the previous two steps, right? If you can remember the URL or bookmark it, it will work, right? Then it asks for some credentials, right? It is asking for some credentials. Once you are in this page, it will ask for some login details. I have already registered all your names to access this portal. Your username is your university mail ID, right? Username will be a university mail ID, and your password is already shared by the system admin for this library link. The same password, you can use it to log into this portal, right? In case your password doesn't work, don't panic, don't worry. You can use the forgot password option, right? And try resetting your password. Please do not register. I repeat, please do not register for this portal because you don't need to register. We have already created account for all the students of undergraduate courses, right? So I already have an account, as I was telling you. I already have an account. I have saved my credentials here. Let me try to log in. Right? And once you log in, you get a page like this where the resources are arranged according to several categories, right? The resources are arranged according to several categories. What are the categories? Well, it is arranged according to databases, exclusive journals, right? Ebooks, right? Then we have trial access, or limited period access, those links, and several other many more important things for your course or for your assignments details, right? So the one, the resource which, if at all, if you want to use any of these resources, just click on the title of the resource, right? Just click on the title of the resource and it will take you to that particular resource page, right? Just click on the title of the resource and it will take you to that resource page, right? If you click on JSTOR, it will take you to the JSTOR page, right? If at all you want to know what are the contents of these resources, right, you can go to details and help. And if you want to search whether that particular journal is available in this particular database, you can use this details and help section. Otherwise, to use this resource, you have to click on the title of the resource and it will directly take you to that particular page. So let me show you one example, right? So let me show you ebooks, which I feel that you'll be using more of ebooks in the first year, right? Let me show you where to find the books of your interest. So these are the several ebook publishers we have subscribed to, right? You have Bloomsbury Collections, which is for social science and humanities. We have Cambridge again, which is basically it's a multidisciplinary database. EBC Reader is those who are using, those who need law books, right? For law students, EBC Reader will be very, very helpful. Then we have a very large database called eBook Central, which is close to around 165,000 ebooks, right? We have Emerald Books on management, Elgar on law, OECD on economics, Oxford Handbook Online. It's a multidiscipline. You get science, you get science, arts and humanities. You name it, you get the ebook collection here, right? So as I was telling you, let me show you an example to show you how it works. So let me show you the largest ebook collection. It's called eBook Central. Click on it, and it directly took me to this eBook Central page, right? So how do I know whether it is connected, right? So I clicked on it and it took me to this page, okay? To see that you are connected to the university credentials, okay, you will find that it will show as Christ University India. So whichever ebook or whichever resources you select here or use, right, the moment you click, it will show Christ University India. Say for example, previously I clicked JSTOR, see access provided by Christ University, right. So if you click any of these resources, Bloomsbury, say for example, Bloomsbury, right, it will show access provided. So it means that you will be able to access the books, you will be able to download the chapters. And if you do not see them, if you do not see these things, that means you are not connected to the university portal, right? So first thing, once you click on the resource, the first thing you need to see is that you are connected to this. So before making a search, see whether you are connected, right? So I am connected. So then you get a search box, right, where you can search for ebooks here, right? It has also got an option to browse by subjects if you want to know what are the subjects collection available in this eBook Central. I do get a list of these many subjects collections are available here. So for example, if I click on political science, right, I do get some 11,000 books on political science, right? On to my left, I can refine my search. It says refine your search. right? I can refine by year published, right? I can refine by subject, micro subjects, like these are all political science, the sub subjects, right? Political science, general political science, it has got around 2000, more than 2000 books, right? On international relations, it has got around 1600 books, right? I can filter by language, right? And if I and for any known authors, right, I can use these fields to go directly to that particular author books, right? So for example, if I know Peter Lang, if I'm looking for Peter Lang's book, just click on Peter Lang's book, and there are 10 books available. I can directly go to those 10 books, right? Basically, the choice is yours. Once you make your choice, the results will come. You don't have to go through all the 11,000 book results on political science, right? So let me see. Let me try to show you how exactly this particular how to read a book, or how exactly the platform looks like. So let me select one title, say the first title itself. Let me click on the title. So I clicked on the title, and it took me to this particular page wherein I can see the description of the book, right? I can see the table of contents, right? Right? Okay, these are the chapters, right? So the entire book chapter is available here. I can download the chapters in PDF. The whole book is not available for download. I can download only the chapters, right? I can download the chapters. Otherwise, I can read it online. See, it says read it online. You don't have to click read online. You can directly go to the title, and you can see the it's hyperlinked, right? Click on it, and it will directly take you to that particular chapter or particular part. This particular book has got several parts. Under parts, it has got subsections, right? I can see that, right? And to read any one of the chapters, let me select the chapter 3, right? Part 1, chapter 3. Just click on it, and it took me to this particular page. Okay, wherein I can read that particular chapter here, right? At the top, I can see various options, right? It says full download. You have to sign in for full download, right? Or otherwise, I can download the particular chapter. Okay. I can make notes. I can copy. I can take a print, right? I can share the link, right? I can get the citation of this book. I can highlight it, right? I can zoom in, zoom out. It's a choice. It depends on how exactly what's your choice, right? Alternatively, I can browse by page. There is a button here. I can go page by page, right? It takes me to the next chapter as well, right? And to view the entire chapter, on my left, I can see many options here, right? To navigate from one chapter to another chapter, I can use this links, right? Or I can, if I want to navigate from part 1 to part 2 or something like that, I can use these, right? Alternatively, there is also a search button here wherein I can search within the book. If I'm looking for any specific content within this book, it has got around 278 pages, and if I want to find one keyword inside this book, whether it is there or not, I can search within this book. So there are plenty of interactive features available in this ebook central, which I feel that it will be very, very useful for your books, right? If your teacher suggests any book, you can come to ebook central. You can go to the portal. You can search for the books better. And when you have been given an assignment, I feel that this will be much useful, more than anything any other techniques. So likewise, you can even search for books. I showed you how to browse by subjects. You can also directly search here according to keyword, right? Keyword search. I just type crime, right? And these are the books on crime, right? So I mean, it's a very user friendly portal. So likewise, you can use this portal to find ebooks. There are several other ebook platforms like this. You can, it depends on what books you are trying to search for. Okay, I have already opened Bloomsbury. Let me show you this Bloomsbury collection as well. This has got close to around 5,000 books available on social science and humanities. If I am connected, it shows that access provided by Christ University, right? This is the first step you have to check before making a search. It has given by subject wise, right? These are the subjects. I can browse by subjects. When I click on it, it directly takes me to the particular subject list. If I click, I have already searched for music. Let me search it again. I searched for music and I got these many results. It has got more than 3,000 books. Likewise, I said on to my left, right? I can define my result. I can define by subject wise, right? Sub-subject wise, okay? Sub-subject wise, additional subject wise, right? I can also select publication year from 2019 to 2020 or 2010 to 2020. Basically, the choice is yours. Whoever wants to use the book, you can choose here. To read a book, it takes the mouse pointer to the book image. There is a book cover here. Click on it, right? And there you go, right? I can view the abstract of the book or the book summary, right? I can view the table of contents. Okay, I can view the table of content. And if I want to read any chapters, just click on it. And I can read the chapter online. If I want to download this particular chapter, I can use this download button, right? Download PDF, right? And it downloaded onto my desktop. Right? Let me click on it. Let me open it. I clicked on it, and this is how the PDF looks. This is the chapter from that particular book. Right? Similarly, you can use this to for your course readings or for your assignments. So likewise, I am unable to show you the other ebooks available here because that will be another session altogether. So for the time being, I feel that you should concentrate on ebooks, and later on we'll have another session on e-journals, specifically for the department wise, right? So try to use these ebooks for your course reading or for your assignments. Okay, so that's all I have to say on this particular portal, on the online library, which you can use from home. Let me go back to the library portal, the library page, which I showed you in the beginning. Right? Beginning. So this is the library page. We have a blog. Click on the blog, and this blog is basically like a library guide. At any point of time, if you feel that you don't know how to use a particular resource, or you don't know what exactly the contents of the resource, everything is there in the blog. Or if you want to know more about your library, what are the library rules and regulations, okay, what are the things I should carry while visiting the library, this blog will help you. What are the library collection available, right? There are various tabs available here. See how to use the library catalog, right? Right, the features of a library catalog. Also, we have included another link called syllabus ebooks. So whatever books available in your syllabus, what we have done is that wherever it is available in the resources subscribed by us, we have made a list of it, right? So for example, I clicked on arts and humanities, and it took me to a drive folder, right? And according to department wise, I have made a PDF file, right? You just click on the PDF, and there you go, right? According to course wise, say for example, BA CEP, these are the books which are available in the resources we subscribe to. Just visit this page, click on the link, and it directly takes you to that resource page. See, I showed you ebook central. I just clicked on one of the syllabus ebooks, and it took me to this page. right? So use this blog to connect with your syllabus book, right? I'll repeat, just go to the blog. There is a link called syllabus ebooks. Click on it, right? And you get some options, right? According to school wise, we have arranged the ebooks, right? So I clicked on arts and humanity. Let me click on science. I just click on science, and it took me to a drive wherein the links to the ebooks are given according to the department wise. Okay, right. So it is on life science department. These are the books which are available for you to read, right? These are books which are available for you to read. Right. So similarly, you will find more useful links here. There are some useful links here. If you want to access some of the resources which are free, you don't have to have any university credentials or anything like that. You can just you can come to this useful links, wherein you get links to many resources which are free to use, right? Say open access books. This has got close to around 3,000 to 4,000 open access books, all university published books, open access to all, right? You don't need any credential. You can directly use it from your home, right? Similarly, digital libraries, thesis and essays. There are plenty of resources available here. Basically, all for you to this thing. Then we have other links like on plagiarism, on library rules and regulations, right? We subscribe periodicals. What are the periodicals we subscribe to? We have something called the digital collection. This is what I was explaining to you a few minutes ago. Okay, what are the types of collections we have? Electronic resources. This is what I told you about the authentication details and how do you resolve the error messages, right? These are the resources which were available, right? I showed you Bloomsbury collections, right? You know what are the books available in Bloomsbury. Click on the book link and it directly take you to the directly take you to a drive where it will give you the list of books available in Bloomsbury collection. So I told you around 5,000 books are there. So all the 5,000 books are listed over here along with their links, right? So so that's all I have to tell you on the online library. I hope I was able to create some sort of awareness for you. Just to start off with, you have to use it. Unless you use it, you won't be able to not be able to use it effectively, right? I know it very well that in 30-40 minutes you cannot be an expert, or even if I teach you for another 1 hour, you may not be an expert very quickly, because these things really take some time. So I would suggest that explore this. Now you already have the credentials. Now you already have the username and password. Try to explore them, and once your teacher starts the classes, try to connect with your teacher and try to use more of these resources. So that's all I have to talk about the online library. I hope I'm able to create some sort of awareness for you to start off with. Unless you use this, you will not be able to use it effectively. I'm aware that in 30-40 minutes you cannot be an expert, but you can be one once you start using it or once you practice. In case if you have any difficulties, you may contact at any of the following emails, right? You may take it down, right? You can contact any one of the email IDs. So you don't need to CC, any one will work. So the same email ID is also given in the library portal. You may also take it from the library portal as well. So thank you so much. See you at the campus soon. Thank you very much.